Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back at ya. I mentioned in yesterday's video that we were headed out to the local warehouse club to pick up some lean ground beef so that we could can up some more ground beef for our future uses here. Because I felt that right now I think we're going to be experiencing some of the lower prices on beef and beef products. Right now, the lower, the better, because I think it's going to just get worse over time. We've heard all kinds of doom and gloom stuff about food shortages and what's going to happen with livestock. So I was a little concerned and decided, yep, I'm going to plunk down some money and pick up some ground beef, and we did. We spent about $50 on ground beef and got, I don't know, about, let's see, 12, maybe 13 pounds altogether of lean ground beef. Now that's, I think the 12% fat is what we picked up. And got back fairly early from the store, and my wife dove right in, and we ended up putting up 14 pints of ground beef yesterday. So I thought it would be a good idea just to kind of go back through what we've been able to accomplish this year, and maybe it'll serve as a motivational tool for you all out there. So stick around. I mentioned in a previous video, maybe a year or so ago, that I've been religiously keeping a journal. It's a daily journal. Fashioned it after what my granddad did with his journals. When he passed away, he had stacks of them like that. He lived to be into his 90s. I think he was 92 or 93 when he passed away a number of years ago. And he kept a diary of happenings around his house, what he was doing, where he was going. And I thought, you know, that's a terrific idea. It leaves a legacy, and it also gives you an opportunity to kind of go back and reflect on what you've been doing, when it happened, those kinds of things. And I found it to be very, very helpful. So as I mentioned in the intro early here, we put up 14 pints of ground beef yesterday. My wife is a master at doing this kind of stuff, so she just took the bull by the horns, fried everything all up, put it in the fry pan, added a little bit of spices and salt, that kind of a thing, but not too awful much, and cooked the ground beef down, poured it into pre-sterilized or pre-cleaned anyway, mason jars, pint size, and loaded up the pressure canner with 14 pints of ground beef yesterday. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go back to my journal and try to figure out what it is that we were able to get done. And I'll show you just a quick overview of my garden up here. And just to note that it's not all that big. I've got like one big raised bed that's probably 12 feet. It's a kind of a C-shaped thing. So it's C-shaped, and it's 12 feet long, 8 feet at either end. So that's where we put our tomato plants and stuff like that. So we started the garden, planted it on April 15th, which I think was Good Friday. Probably a good day to plant stuff for the future. And during the course of the growing season, we harvested and put up and canned 27 half-pint jars, jelly jars, of plum jam from 2 plum trees. I did a video on that a while ago, but on 2 plum trees that we planted here probably 10 years ago. And they started producing plums like crazy this year. So we got 27 pints of plum jam, half pints, jelly jars of plum jam out of there. For the tomatoes, we got 21 quarts total, 4 pints of tomato sauce, and 8 pints of salsa. Now, the salsa we chunk up and mix it with jalapeno peppers and onions and a little bit of green pepper here and there, and it turns out to be a great garnish for all kinds of good stuff. And we also put up 7 quarts of potatoes that we grew in our garden during the growing season for potatoes. Not sure when we planted those, but we harvested them right after the 4th of July and put up the 7 quarts of potatoes on July 9th. So that was the sum and substance of what's going on. As far as the ground beef goes, in addition to the 14 pints that we just did yesterday, we did 5 quarts in April and 11 pints in May. So altogether we had 5 quarts of ground beef canned and 25 pints of ground beef canned. You know, just when you think it's time that you say, I've run out of room, I don't really need to do any more prepping, and you look around at what's going on in the news today, you hear what's happening this place and that place, and you really do start to wonder, gee, maybe I better make some more room. So I spent some time doing that over the last few days or so, rearranged some stuff, and tried to make better use of our outdoor garden shed for storing things that don't need to be temperature controlled. So I found a few boxes of this and a few boxes of that, some kitchen utensils, things like that we don't use on a very regular basis. So I made room in the garden shed for that stuff and freed up enough space in our preps area to probably put up another, maybe 30 or 40 number 10 cans worth of shelving space. And that gets me back to the slow and steady wins the race. And I've said this before, pretty much every month I will place an order either with Emergency Essentials or with Nutrient Survival to pick up at least 6 number 10 cans of what I think we need for the future. It can consist of freeze-dried vegetables like carrots and corn and potatoes, to freeze-dried meat like chicken and beef cubes and stuff like that, so that we've got that on hand. Powdered eggs, powdered milk, nutrient eggs, I think Nutrient Survival calls them. And I'm getting ready to look to the next month, which is September, and figuring out what I'm going to need to be purchasing to continue that trend of slow and steady, 6 number 10 cans every month, plus the stuff that we have grown in our garden that we've put up. It should be a never-ending cycle. It should be going on pretty much every time you've got an extra buck here or an extra buck there, is that you use it to supplement your food storage. We just happened to see on sale at the Warehouse Club the other day when we picked up the ground beef that they had kind of a mini sale, $2 off a flat of regular green beans. So we picked up a flat of regular green beans. That's 12 cans in a cardboard case. Quality name brand. I think they were Del Monte's. And picked those up for like $7. Well, you can't go wrong with green beans. They make a great side dish. They make great filler for soups and stuff like that. So a little bit here and a little bit there, and over time, you're going to win the race. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.